Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey, let me get in the center. What's up, everybody? It's Jonathan Rose, and welcome. Welcome, everybody, to Masters in Trading Live. We get on here at 11 o'clock Eastern. Every morning the market's open and go over our thoughts, share some trades. Hope everybody had a lovely weekend. This Wednesday, we're going to be closed. The market's closed for Juneteenth, so we're not going to have any Masters in Trading Live. Okay, this is kind of a big deal. Apple had their announcement, and they announced Apple Intelligence. Now, Apple Intelligence comes out, Apple flies higher. Now, I've been trading since 1997. Something that you probably don't realize about me, I started Masters in Trading. I founded Masters in Trading back in 2015. And I get on here and I share ideas, share thoughts about the market. But as a trader, throughout my entire career, I've never had clients. I've never been on the phone talking to people. I've never sold anything in trading. So as a trader, I would always just stare at the screen, look for opportunity. Or I was in the pit. You're in the pit, your hands are up, you're looking for opportunity. So I'm always very comfortable in the markets, but many traders, including myself, are very uncomfortable just around people. I just am. It's always been something for me that I've been very comfortable in the market. I'm comfortable with math. I'm comfortable with looking at the screen, but I have always been more of like the introvert type. And because of that, when I'm brainstorming or researching ideas, I have a tough time being comfortable with other people. So I'm doing research, but lately, through 2024, I found a really, really great way to brainstorm ideas. And what I do is I like to run. I like to just go run, put in Audible or put in some music and just go zone out. And I can do that for a long time. But what I've been doing recently is I use ChatGPT. And I use ChatGPT as an assistant. And I'll put my earphones in and I'll go for a run. And if I'm brainstorming an idea, I can literally have a conversation for 30 minutes and get some feedback. Test different ideas when I'm running, talk about different ideas. And it's a way for me to like organize my thoughts. And then at the conclusion, what I can do is, hey, ChatGPT, can you just outline everything that we've said and can you just email it to me? And so that's something that I've been using. It's kind of quirky, kind of weird, nothing I really ever even talk about. But Apple Developers Conference. Apple's Developer Conference is they are going to integrate ChatGPT into Siri. I think this is an absolute just game-changing move. And the reason I think it's a game-changing move is this. Apple is going to integrate ChatGPT into Siri. Siri's a crappy product. It's going to be an excellent product. Now, right now, you can use ChatGPT, but over time, they have the flexibility to use any one of these models. They don't have to use ChatGPT. They could use Gemini. They can use any other AI model out there. Right now, they're going to start with ChatGPT. What this is, in my opinion, this is Google controlling search. Just like how Google dominates search, and if anybody wants to show up in Google search, they have to pay. What Apple just did with integrating OpenAI into Siri, it's going to be the new App Store. The App Store will now go away, in my opinion, in the future. So just like I run and talk to ChatGPT, over time, we're going to be able to ask Siri, ask ChatGPT, anything that we want. If we want a flight, I want the best flight to Florida at these times, go search these airlines, and then it'll go search the best possible airline, the best possible flight, and you might not know exactly what companies that you're dealing with, but this decision by Apple, it makes them, they are the top hardware maker in the world, and they're going to have all these different AI models fighting to come through the iPhone. So I'm a huge believer. I think what Apple just did is an absolute game changer. So in this presentation, we're going to talk about Apple Intelligence. I found 5 or 6 names under $7 billion market cap that I think that Apple has a potential of buying over time. And then also in this free video, we're going to be sharing another trade idea. I'll be sharing trade ideas for everybody watching on masterthantrading.com/live. Underneath, you can see all the trades that we've shared going back to February 24th or 25th. So let's get into the screens and let me show you what I got. From here on out, guys, I am going uber bullish Apple. I think what they just did, and it's an absolute game changer. So for those watching, you've seen me do this before. Going back 10 years, Microsoft is leading the race, up 947%. Apple up 824. We have Meta up 645, and then Google is about 500% going back 10 years. Okay, Meta got real cheap. It caught up. Apple, guys, I want to be long Apple. I think Apple is going to outperform these 4 considerably over the next 5 years. Let's move on. Boom. All right, moving on. AI companies under a $5 billion market cap. I got 7 of them for you. Path here, about $6.5 billion market cap. Last trade, percentage trade, here's the market cap of all these names. Implied volatility. Implied volatility, think about it as how well does the market understand a company. Path, 48% volatility. Expect a range, say between 9 and 13 might be the expected move for Path over the next 30 days because 48% vol. Vary, with this huge amount of vol, it might have an expected move somewhere like $1.50 to $3.50. If that was a $25 stock, that'd be like a $15 to $35. That's because of the massive implied volatility. Massive implied volatility just means that stocks are going to be more expensive, or those options are going to be more expensive. Let's look at each one of these. The first one is Vary, and I'm showing you all of these because some will make it, some won't make it. Okay, you could see from the chart, a lot of these are buzz. You're going to see all of them spike when the AI buzz comes. They pull back, some don't pull back. So look at Veritone. Veritone trading 258, traded up to 750 in March and April, and has since sold off down to 250. The next name is Recker Systems. Recker Systems is a $100 million market cap company, very small, but market makers are excellent at valuing this. If you want to speculate on an AI stock, Recker might be a good option. This one's interesting. It's got a darn great name, Nerdy. Nerdy, another AI company that ChatGPT speculates that Apple may eventually buy. Nerdy right here got down to the bottom of its expected move and then bounced 2.8. This is kind of interesting. Nerdy also has warrants. I think it was Thursday of last week, maybe Friday of last week. We did a presentation on warrants. What exactly is a warrant? A warrant is just an out-of-the-money option. Many of you have heard of LEAPs, long-term options. That's all a warrant is. It's just a long-term option. So Nerdy warrants, the exercise price is $11.50. So Nerdy, right now, these warrants are trading for 81 cents. This is a bad trade. I wouldn't do this trade. Just want to explain to you what warrants are. Sometimes we'll share warrants and we'll say this is a good trade. This one is not a good trade. These warrants are just like an option with an exercise price of $11.50. Right now, Nerdy is trading what? What did we just see? $1.86. So you have 5 years to get long from $11.50. It's going to cost 80 cents. No thanks. That's way too expensive. Maybe if it was like a $5 strike, we'd consider that, but otherwise that's a crappy trade. Thanks, but no thanks, Nerdy. Moving on. BBAI. BBAI is a name that we've traded before. We've traded it before because there's just a ton of vol. Spiked, came right back down. Again, guys, with these AI names, you're going to get these spikes. So it's not even a bad play just to play for these spikes. BBAI, I don't know. Does it have a better chance of trading 2 or trading 75 cents? Probably trading 2. Again, these are buzzwords. At any time, these AI companies can get bought out. Path. Path is kind of interesting. Closes within its expected move 78% of the time. AI companies, right? It gets the same bounce in March, April that the other AI companies do. But once in a while, you have to show what's under the hood and release your earnings. They released earnings gapped outside of its expected move, and Path didn't work out so well. Centine Loan. Centine Loan, one second. Centine Loan is another, what did that happen? Sorry, guys. And Centine Loan is another AI company, closes within 83%. Very, very similar behavior to that last stock that we just looked at, right? S, getting outside of its expected move, but never jumping inside its expected move. S, we are seeing, once I find the chart, S, we are seeing very, very similar behavior right here. So S closes in 83%. Here's where I'm going to suggest a trade for you guys. We shared a trade on Friday. We are back to sharing trades in our promotional portfolio. We shared a trade in GCT on Friday. That's working out nicely. The reason I like Centine 1 is because it's already proven that it wants to get back into its expected move. Here's how I would consider playing that. September, 95 days. Last trade, 1827. Traders, consider the 21s. Let's buy those for $1.05. So let's consider these for $1.05. Centine Sentinel 1. Let's just call this S. S, 21 strike. Let's consider buying those at 105. What other charts do we got on here? The only other chart that I got on here, I'm going to be going over this with our All Access. With our All Access, what I did is I took Apple and I dove deeper. Okay, I always say the creative trader wins. So what I did and what I'm going to do with the All Access group is Apple's going to rally. Apple's going higher. I don't want to just suggest a trade to buy Apple. I looked at the options. I didn't really find anything I like. But when we say the creative trader wins, what I started looking at, because Apple is too pricey, I started looking at what companies are most correlated with the price of Apple. And I'm not just looking for your Metas and your Google. No, right now, I want to look at the supply chain. So some of the names that we're going to be going over with All Access, QRVO, a semiconductor company that provides radio chips, crucial for Apple devices. SWKS is another distributor of Apple products. And then CRUS provides audio and voice signal processing components used in Apple products. So overall, what we do, share the trade, look at the idea, but with our All Access group, we're going to dive way deeper. Most important, the creative trader wins. If you like this idea, if you think Apple's going higher, if you think what they just did is monumental and changing the App Store, That's where you want to be creative. Don't just look for Apple and correlations. Also, look for companies that survive by doing business with Apple. Thanks for watching All Access. You guys hold on. We'll be right back.